Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry. Your boy DJ Langway played really well tonight. And he needed to. Let's talk about the game you was talking about earlier. Alabama gets their revenge on Vanderbilt. Unfortunately, Diego Pavia, he couldn't replicate his performance from last year's historic upset of the Crimson Tide in Nashville. Pavia's 2 red zone turnovers Saturday helped Alabama avenge its first loss to Vanderbilt in 4 decades. Ty Simpson was sensational again. 23 of 31, 340 yards, 2 touchdowns, as the Crimson Tide comes away with points on each of their first 4 trips in the red zone. Johnny, I know the Tide were getting after you today, but is Bama back?
If Ty Simpson is going to play at that level of football and they are going to be punishing up front like what I saw live and in person today, the gaps and the holes that they had from an offensive standpoint today were massive. They were gashing Vandy all day. And coming into this game, you know, you look at the schedules of both teams. Vandy had scored 35 plus in every game. There's a game where they scored 70. That your offense is rolling, okay? And the only question was, is Vandy's defense in the trenches good enough to hold up? And in reality, when you look at it today and you see and you watch the game from the sideline, the answer was no. And it is a team game. I think if you look at what Diego Pavia did in the first half of this game, he played great. I think from an offensive play calling standpoint and what they do offensively, great. They do a lot of motion. They did an unbelievable little fake run where the running back comes back and they option it to him and he scored. They're creative. And to get back to your question a little bit, Bama is playing at a level right now where they can compete with anybody in the country. If Simpson's going to play ball the way that he has played the last 2 weeks, Alabama has a chance to play with anybody in the country. I had to go up to him after the game. I'm on the field. I'm obviously sitting there in a Diego Pavia jersey. That is my dog. And people were asking me in the stadium, like, well, you're wearing that jersey? I'm like, what do you want me to do? Walk in here in a Mark Ingram jersey and I can't go back to A&M in 2 weeks? What do you want me to do? This is my guy, a guy I talk to weekly, and I'm pulling for him. Now, you look at it overall, and I went up to Diego after the game. This doesn't change anything for Vandy. I think they didn't play well in the second half, but they can have a loss in the SEC. He can have a game like that and still do the things that he wants to do and they want to do as a team. Do they have a tough schedule? Sure. But you lost to a good team on the road in Bryant-Denny, which if you go back through history, not a lot of people have won at. And as that game started to get out of hand, those fans started to come down to that field area and started to rip me apart. You're going to see some clips of me busting out a Heisman and tell people to shine my trophy because I haven't been back there since 2012 in that stadium. There ain't nothing you can say to me. I'm sitting here supporting my boy. And, yeah, by the way, I already did what I needed to do in this stadium. I already got something that's at my grandma's house for the rest of my life. So I'm good. Y'all can sit here and I'm chilling. And by the way, people in Tuscaloosa, nice. Look at this house. People taking care of me. They love me out here, except for you little frat punks. We good. And last thing, I got all my money back I lost on Vandy tonight. So, bang.
Yeah, Bama look good. Hey, Ocho, you see that 370-pound fullback, the running back?
Man.
They got Big Proctor took that thing.
Hey, let me tell you something, Unc. When he makes it to the next level, whatever team takes him needs to keep him in that same area of special plays and being a gadget player. And the one coach or the one team I think
Dan Campbell.
Lions.
Why was that? Dan Campbell. I was just getting ready to say it.
I was already thinking
because you saw him throw a screen pass to Panay Sewell. You see him throw a back shoulder fade to Decker tackle. So there ain't no their offensive Ben Johnson, and I don't know the coordinator now, but they'll try anything, anywhere because it's all about winning. And they don't. Hey, you playing well. Hey, son, you ever caught a ball? You ever caught a pass before? Not a long time. Well, we're gonna throw your ass one this week, son. So get ready.
It's so funny when you think about it. At what point, at what time has it ever? All I can think about is refrigerator party, the fridge.
Chicago, yeah, the fridge, yeah.
Yeah, getting that dive back in the days. I had never seen anything like that before. But now to see a guard or a tackle out there catching screen passes, running the ball too, handing it
Ocho,
off.
Ocho. They put him in an offset eye. He came to the quarterback with the pocket and then bounced it.
Oh, I ain't never seen nothing like that. Hold on, Unc. You ain't see his footwork when he caught the screen.
Last week against Georgia.
Yeah. You ain't see the footwork on the sideline?
Ocho, and then he tried to drive for he tried to dive for the pylon. But he had that harness on. Ocho, you got that harness on. You can't really raise your arm too high to keep it from going so high. But it was fun to watch. Hey. But when you look at, I agree with what both of you said about, especially you, Johnny, about Vandy. Yeah. When you look at Vandy, their defense is really good because they got after Ty Simpson and the Alabama offensive line. They did pressure him, but they got a quarterback now. It's hard to win in today's game at any level if you don't have that guy. Now, there once upon a time, if you had an outstanding defense,
you can have anybody.
You could run the football and win.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Those days are long gone.
Hey, you can't, and Johnny, I'm sure we'll talk about this team most of the time, especially today's game, that you throw the ball so much, you have to throw the ball to win because some of the defenses aren't as good as they used to be back in the day. The one player that you can't hide and will get exposed is your quarterback.
Yeah.
Is your quarterback. And I saw it today because the entire world, well, they told me, Johnny, I'm sure you heard it, Nuck, I'm sure you heard it, that he was the next coming of Jesus Christ. Or he was supposed to be.
Right.
Well, you know I'm going with that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. It's tough. It's tough to play without a quarterback now because, like you said, Ocho, that's the only position that you can't hide.
Right.
I can roll coverage. I can slide the line. I can chip if I'm the running back. You know what I'm saying? If a guy doesn't have great hands, I bring somebody else in and let him play third downs. If the guy, I can do a lot of different things to hide a lot of players. I can slam my offensive line to keep you off my defensive line to keep you off my backers. But the quarterback, how do you hide him?
You can't. And listen, today in this game, one thing about college football that's different from the NFL is an NFL cover 2 defense. You watched it. There were teams. I had Brian Urlacher on my podcast. We ran cover 2 all day long.
Yes.
The cover 2 in college football, if you were not really fundamentally sound in where you're supposed to be and your backers get depth and your corners play it right, Vandy today stayed in cover 2 for too long. And Ty Simpson did what he needed to do with his eyes and threw the whole shot maybe 6 times. Ocho, when you got wide open hole shots all day on third down, second down and long, they're getting behind the sticks. Vandy gets a 2nd and 20. Bang, whole shot for 18 and it's 3rd and 2. Those were plays where they just I'm just sitting there on the sideline screaming, like, give me a 2-man, mix it up. They ran a simple stick and go on the outside, corner and backer both jump on the low route, and Ty Simpson just drills the whole shot before the safety can get there. And it's like 15 yards, 16 yards, 22 yards.
Chunk plays.
And you can't have that. And they just got eaten away. And especially when you're getting gashed in the run game too, and you do finally get the pressure, and you do finally get into long situations, and you can't get off the field, you're not going to have success. Go to cover 3. Give me some quarters. Give me something.
Hey, Johnny, in situations like that, you see a game like today, you got to be able to take away something. Either you're going to take it front or you're going to take it with a pass. But you can't allow them to dominate on both sides. You can't allow them to be successful in the pass and the run. Then you at their mercy.
And you look, we know how to get you out of cover 2, Ocho. We run your ass out of cover 2.
Absolutely.
And because Alabama was running the ball well enough, if the linebackers take one step forward, now that's an extra couple of steps that you're going to have to take to get back. Right. And then by that time, Bama receivers are in those gaps.
Too late. Yep.
And that's what you have to do. Now, a lot of teams play what we call play cover 2, and they call it run Tampa 2, where they take the Mike backer and they run. But when you do that, but here's the thing: you take off like you're trying to get down the hole, and then you just stop. Or you run him down the hole, and then you take the receiver that's outside the numbers and run him on the dagger route.
Yeah.
And they did it all. They did it all night. They did it all night. It didn't matter what they did. They and then even in early in the game, even in cover 3, they were just seaming it, making sure like it was just a good offensive game plan from Bama. And to be honest, Vandy coming out in the second half and not being able to score points, having a couple 3-and-outs and giving them the ball so much. Time of possession for Alabama versus Vandy in the second half was atrocious if you're a Vandy fan. But listen, this is still a good football team in Vandy. It's a trending forward Alabama team. And so many people after last week when we spoke were like, man, you're a Bama hater and this and that. I ain't got to love them. I ain't go there. What are we talking about? I respect the SEC and I love SEC football. There's a lot of people here that treated me great today in Tuscaloosa that respect what I did and respect the matchups we had. So you got to look at it the same way with Diego Pavia and what Vandy did last year. They came and got the better of you out of nowhere. Now you come back, you get your revenge, and it's a good game. But it's split 1-1. They're saying it is what it is. And to be honest, these teams may meet again.
Also, this is not your father and your grandfather's Commodores. I mean, when was the last time? I mean, we saw a Vandy ranked 16. When do we have last time we saw expectations? Normally, you go into Vandy, you're going to get a great education. You go into Alabama, you try to go to the NFL. You go to Georgia, you trying to go to the NFL.
I was telling a story today when we played Vandy in 2013. I had half a shoulder, half an ankle, and went 25 and 26, and the ball barely never touched the ground, and we were out there toying. This ain't that Vandy. And
it's not.
Props to them, props to their program, props to what they've done. But sometimes when you take the goalpost out and you run it all the way down Broadway to the river, it doesn't sit well with Alabama fans. And they were juiced for that one today.
Oh man, look, they're lucky. They lucky they ain't scoop up Alabama buses and take them and throw them in that damn river. We ain't beat your ass in 4 decades, Ocho. I mean, think about it. Some of their parents wasn't alive with last time they beat Alabama. And you think I'm not going to do something you can find us $1 million. The goalpost coming down on both ends, not just one, both of them. I'm taking both. BOFF, both. I'm taking both of the mofos down. Man, come on. That's bad. Think about it. Vanderbilt beating Alabama.
Yeah. Been a long time since.
Yes.
How do we feel about Kalen DeBoer's seat now, 2 weeks later, than what we were talking about 3 weeks ago?
He heard all the talk.
They put a little cushion under that thing, huh?
Yeah, they absolutely did. They absolutely did. But look, I think the thing is I think they said his record. I think he's like 117-17. Mm-hmm. But you at Alabama.
That ain't that James Franklin record.
Hell no. Alabama measures success in SEC championships and national championships. That's how they measure success. Yeah. You want to be 10-3, but if you bring us an SEC championship and you go play for a national championship, we'll forgive that. All that 12-1, 13-1, and you ain't in the SEC championship game, and you're not in the national champ. Right. Man, Bama ain't trying to hear all that. Because what they gonna say? Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Those are fans that are spoiled. You get Coach Bryant for 2 decades, and then you get another 2 decades out of Nick Saban. You win 12 national championships. How many did you play for? How many SEC championships did you win? That's the expectations of Alabama.
That's as I'm rooting for Vandy today, and people are looking at me like, we're hosting you here and this and that. I go, how many times have y'all won or been? How much success? There's not, you sprinkle in a loss here and there, but it hasn't been consistent at all. So the Vandy and what they're doing with their success, I was pulling for that. And Pavia is a great kid. He is a great dude. I see so much of myself in him that I'm going to continue to be friends with him and try and help him. That's what I'm going to do. But you look at it, you guys both tell me what you think. The rest of the schedule for Alabama, they play at Mizzou next week. They play Tennessee at home. They play South Carolina on the road. They play LSU at home. And they play OU at home. And then end the season, of course, with Auburn. So this we're going to see exactly what you're made of. You got,
oh yeah, for sure.
You got
yeah.
2 ranked matchups coming up.
Mhm.
South Carolina, who knows? They can get a little bit better. And then you got 2 more ranked matchups. This is a tough schedule.
Play?
It's a tough schedule.
Mateer, is he back?
Exactly. He'll be back. Mateer will be back by 11-15.
Okay. Well, see, there you go.
It ain't stopping. It ain't slowing down. This is SEC football, baby.
Mizzou's going to be tough.
Yeah.
South Carolina will be tough on the road.
Tennessee should have beat Georgia.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what Auburn's record is. The Iron Bowl
is always the bowl.
Always good.
You already know. I'm trying to wreck your season. I really am. I mean, we're not going nowhere. So I like it. I mean, we can't go. You can't either.